Hello everybody, welcome back to the Yellow Butterfly Podcast. I'm your host, Denisha Smith. Alongside of me is my co-host,
Jocelyn.
Hey! Happy New Year!
Happy New Year. Welcome to 2021.
2021, we made it.
Deuces 2020.
Okay. Yes, we made it to 2021. I was trying to say it.
Trigger?
Okay, I was trying to say it. Okay.
Oh no, you didn't say
I said,
it.
okay.
You're like, okay, shut your ass up.
I was trying to say, okay. So yes, New Year, new me.
True.
And
True that. True.
Yes, I've been loving this hair.
Thank you, girl.
Super cute.
Shout out to Jalen. She hooked me up. Give me your beauty. Ayy.
You gonna keep it like?
I think so.
Yeah.
Until I sweat. Until I wake up in the morning. Exactly.
Oh Lord. But yeah, so New Year. We are on Spotify, on iTunes, so please
check us out.
Like whatever, everything else you're supposed to be doing on those. I think leaving. I don't know if you have to like leave a comment or a review, or you gotta rate the podcast.
Yes, rate it. If there's 5 stars, give us 6.
Yes, so rate the podcast. We're trying to figure out all the technical stuff behind these podcasts, but you know the show must go on, so we're just making our videos and we're doing what we gotta do
To make it fun for you guys.
Yeah.
And us too.
Yes,
We have fun
yes.
doing this.
So I got some questions on my notepad. Jocelyn's gonna pick a number 1 through 5, and we're gonna answer some questions.
And these are all about...
So it's all about New Year. New Year, new me, goals, resolutions, things like things like that. So yeah, go ahead, pick a number.
Number 3.
Number 3. Are you disciplined when it comes to your goals? If you have no.
No, not enough, I would say. I do think that 2021, and every year, right, you want to like try to outdo yourself the year before. Me personally, I want to try to do that. And so I said, now that, you know, I have a baby girl, I want to be more disciplined, but more, not effective, maybe more efficient with how I spend my time and making sure that I am just really, first of all, really like thinking and picking goals. Because this past couple months after having Rivy, I just haven't really, like, she is my goal. You know what I mean?
Right.
Like, she is kind of what I've been focusing my energy on. So 2021 needs to look a little different. I'm still going to be focused on the energy on my baby because she's amazing. But,
Right. And that's kind of, I feel like, kind of normal for like new moms. It's
Right.
like, it's all about the baby, which it should be, but then there's a transition from like, okay, now I gotta get back to
and
what
she
I
is
was
7 months.
trying to do, yeah. They go very fast, and like, oh, dang, it's been a year already?
I know. Gosh, it's gonna be
Right.
How about you?
I'm pretty disciplined when it comes to a goal. And I always try to think, like, where did that come from? And the only thing I can think of is, like, sports, like being in sports and stuff. And really, like, taking that stuff to heart, like basketball or whatever, and practices. And, like, you know, you have to have a certain mindset in sports and being athletic and things like that. But with my goals, I am pretty disciplined. Maybe sometimes too much. Like, if I mess up, I'm like,
oh man, yeah. And you take it really hard. Are you your worst critic?
yeah.
Yeah.
So I've learned to try to like give myself a little bit of like wiggle room.
Grace.
Yeah,
Gotta
grace.
give yourself grace.
Yeah, because I'd be like stuck and go.
Done.
So it's been helpful at times. Like if I say I'm gonna do that, I'm gonna do that.
Right.
But then I also have to give myself grace if for whatever reason it doesn't turn out or it doesn't happen how I wanted it to happen. It's okay.
It's okay.
You're alright. You did good.
For what you did, even though you didn't do.
Right. Because I'd be like, nope, I didn't do it.
Right.
Whatever. So I would say I am pretty disciplined when it comes to a goal. Yes.
Awesome.
Okay, next question.
Number 4.
Number 4. What is your goal for this month? For January.
The month of January.
So you can always have, you know, long-term goals and things like that, but it's always good to have a goal for the month.
Well, the New Year's Eve episode, we talked about the marathon.
Yeah.
and like training for not a marathon, training for like a 5K or something like a Spartan race kind of thing. So I think my goal is to truly narrow down a plan, build that into like my husband's schedule, my schedule with the baby, and I really want to focus on that.
Ooh.
So yeah, I think my goal for January is going to be fitness training for whatever now, February, March, and April, I don't know, but I'm trying to make it through January.
So like getting it narrowed down, like I want to do this race this month.
Yes.
Are you gonna sign up, register?
Yes, let's sign up and let's register, and then I want to start training, however that looks like.
Because like I just said, I'm disciplined. So if you tell me,
I know.
hey, hey, we're gonna do
Which
this.
is why when you said it, I was like, shoot, it's happening,
Okay.
it's real. I think I just hit my.
Oh. But yeah, if you tell me this is what we're gonna do, I'm like, alright.
Alright, cool, I'm doing it.
Don't tell me.
It's real.
So I'm ready.
Okay.
Okay,
Cool.
so
What about you, January for
this
you?
month she's gonna find a race.
What?
You said-
I'm gonna find a race?
You just said that.
No, I'm gonna be ready to do a race. I'll find a race. I'll
What
find a
does that
race.
mean? You're gonna be ready to do a race?
No, I was just kidding when I said that because I really didn't
Oh,
have
okay.
anything else to say. No, I'll find a race. I'll find us a race for April or May.
Okay.
Yeah.
I got a Val renewal in June, so I'm trying to stay in shape.
Trying to say snatched.
My goal for January for this month would be really to do the whole relaunch of D. Smith Studios
Right.
and figure out what I want it
What
to
that looks
look like. Yeah. So we have some things coming out, this month and everything, but really try to get a maybe a more descriptive like picture in my mind and stuff, how I really want the year to look and things I want to accomplish, things that I need to try to figure out, as far as whatever, if it's podcasts, like how do we get up to number 1?
Right.
Like really have to do the research or whatever. So kind of like you as far as like getting a plan down, I think January I'll take the time to
Do it.
get it, because I'm doing the dance challenge this month of January.
Woohoo! Sign up for the D. Smith Dance Challenge. Link right there.
Well, it's already started.
Okay. Can they sign up late though?
I mean, if you really want to, you can.
I think they should.
But it
Yep.
started January 4th, so.
Okay, so yeah, we just
And this
missed
comes
it.
out on the 7th, I believe. So,
Just again.
but yeah, so I'm doing the dance challenge, and there's things that I'm doing, but I've been kind of trying to figuring things out as I go.
Right.
And because 2020 looks so different than I had imagined, I'm having to adjust things and like, okay, well, maybe we'll do it like this. Because normally I would have kids, like registration like for a kids class, and I would have a dance recital and things like that, and it all looks different.
Looks so much different.
I mean, in exciting ways for the business, because we're doing more digital media, like creative, like content and things like that. So I just gotta figure out
What that looks like.
what do I want it to look like. So this month I'll do that on top of other things. Okay, goals for this month. Race, business.
Race and business. Business
I'm
race.
ready for a race.
Okay.
For real. Don't play with me.
I'm ready.
Okay, next question.
Number 4.
Pick number 4. You just pick
Number 3.
number 4. You just pick number
Number 4. No, number 2.
2. Okay, so goals, resolution, diet. Usually diets are a big thing for
Super
people.
huge push for New Year's, right?
What's the worst one you've tried? That you're like, never again? Or maybe
I did
you just
that.
got like wrapped up and someone's like, hey, try this with me.
I did that whole like where you drink water for a long time, like only during the day, like you eat, what was it? It was like you eat before the sun comes up, and then you only drink water, and then you eat when the sun's down. And the reason why I can't remember that is because I did it for maybe 2 days.
Wow. So
It was-
during the
and I was
day you
done.
just drink water?
Yeah, something like that. It's something crazy weird like that. Like I said, I did it for like 2 days. I know I've had girlfriends who try like the intermittent fasting, like
Yeah.
for 4 hours you do this and then you stop for 8 hours and then another 4, but
Right.
I feel like I remember that time doing the oh, we're only gonna drink water and like cucumber water and like all that stuff, you know, just kind of keep sipping. Yeah. And then at night, you get it in. Whole
Really?
smorgasbord, whole mukbang.
Yeah.
Yeah. Have you tried diets? Are you a dieter?
The only thing I've done that's been like a diet is 24-day jumpstart, like with Avocare. Because I was a distributor for Avocare. I mean, I still am, but I was big into doing that, and I've done. The first one I did was after I had Elijah. So a new mom, and I was losing the weight and everything because I was breastfeeding and stuff. And then I stopped breastfeeding, and then the weight slowly started creeping in on me, and I'm like, oh, pants are a little tight.
Little snug in the rug over there.
What's going on? But I was just so used to like, you know, being active and stuff, and I wasn't used to the new mom body, like, you know, what your body goes through when you become a parent, and
true story.
You know what I mean? So I didn't know what to expect, and I guess once my metabolism started slowing down or whatever from breastfeeding, like I feel like it like stopped and then backed up, and I was like,
whoa, nope.
And I was still used to like eating as much as I needed to because I was breastfeeding.
Because you were breastfeeding. Gosh, I eat so much right now.
So, my coworker, he was doing Avocare stuff, and he was like, you know, you should do the 24-day challenge. At the time, it was called that. So I did it, and I just learned a lot of portion control.
Portion control is totally it. That is the biggest thing of diet, portion control. Like meats no bigger than the size of your palm.
Yeah.
You know,
so
like not heavy meats. And
that was the only thing I've done, and I've done that since, well, Elijah's like 8 now. So that was one thing I stuck with. Like anytime I felt like I needed to do a cleanse or anything like that, I would do the Avocare, the cleanse, the jumpstart. But then even after that, like without the supplements and stuff, I was just so, I really stuck with the portion control stuff. Or eating
do you feel like that right now?
Right now, I feel like I've been doing a lot of, for the month, I'm not going to eat fried foods. Or for the month, like I'll do that. I'll mix it up.
Okay.
If I feel like, I need to switch it up.
Right.
But I got used to like, you eat breakfast, then you eat a snack, and then you eat lunch, and then you eat a snack, and then you eat dinner, and
that's
then
what we did for the
maybe a snack. Yeah. So there's a lot of things I took away from doing those challenges, and I keep using those. So I'm able to maintain my weight and stuff now. So I don't really do any diets now besides, like I said, I like challenging myself. Like, all right, no dairy.
And how often how long? What are those like spans? Like no dairy for 4 days, no dairy for a week, no dairy for the month.
Yeah, if it's dairy, I'll do for like 10 days. Just this is the stuff I've learned from doing the challenges. It was like 10 days of no dairy, and then the rest was different things. So I'll incorporate some of that stuff. Okay. Like me and Tanya have done no cheese, no dairy for like 10 days. We've done no fried foods for 30 days. So I'll mix it up. Okay. Some stuff I do. I have never tried like the, I don't know, tea diets or whatever. Some of the stuff I'm just like, why
would I do that to my mommy? Yeah.
I need food. I really
True.
do.
Food is life, literally.
So when they said, okay, you're gonna eat this meal, and then this meal, and then this meal, and then this, I'm
like, get all the food. Give me all the meals.
Put your protein in this, and I'm like, all right, I can do that. Mm-hmm. Like I mentioned, I think in the last episode, or one of the episodes, like counting calories and stuff. Yeah. Just tell me how many meals I need to eat.
Right.
And what they need to look like. Okay, I can do
and I got it. Check. Done.
Can I eat an apple? Okay. So diet. Next question, 1 or 5?
Number 5.
Bing. What did you learn from 2020?
2020. Let's see. I think just learning to connect more. You know? And especially with me having the baby, then I think it was it's really important to make sure, because my husband's family still hasn't seen her because they're up in New York. Yeah.
Just FaceTime stuff?
Just FaceTime. And so I'm learning to keep reaching out and to keep connecting and to just kind of stay visible, because it's so easy to just kind of just get lost in life. So, learning to connect, to reach out more. Just learning to kind of stay in the moment too. Because now that I'm not working and I'm just home with Riv, it's I could see myself looking back on like how much I used to work and how much I used to, do and be ripping and running. Yeah, it's kind of, it's taught me, and I feel like a lot of people have just to sit down, have 3 seats, okay? Because you have to, because it's mandated. Okay?
Right.
And just kind of stay in the moment.
Right.
Be present.
Slow down.
Be present and connect.
Yeah. No, that's good, because I think I feel like that was a lot this year.
Yes.
Like, a lot of people are like, I don't know what to do because I'm so used to
go. Exactly. Now it's time to sit down and
yeah.
Refocus too.
What did I learn? On a positive, I like to say I've learned that I am pretty, what's the word? Well, I already kind of that, but like I'm able to adapt. Like without getting too like frantic,
Frazzled
or whatever. Like it may be like, oh, okay, this is what we're doing now. Okay, like give me a second. Like let me get my without. And I think that's just from growing up and like moving a lot and things like that. So maybe like the survival whatever mentality kicks in, and I'm like, okay, that's not what we're doing. All right, now we're gonna do this.
Right.
Okay, now we're gonna do this. So like pivoting and like being able to keep going without
getting too hung up on one thing.
Yeah, or without getting too in my head where I'm like panicking, because there's been moments, especially in the beginning of the whole COVID stuff, where I'm like, okay, like how are we, like, maybe
especially with the kids in school.
Yeah, maybe like a few hours. The whole school decision was hard, but like as far as like how are we gonna live and like what if, because at first we didn't know what to expect.
Right, with so jobs and
even like is it airborne? Like if I walk outside, is this gonna get me? You know what I mean?
Good point. Yeah.
So I'm like, how does this work? What do we do?
Right, how does this work? What does
do
this
I need
look
to
like?
stay inside? So that I would say maybe like the first week or so. Like I was like, I don't know what am I supposed to be doing, and I had to like stop and like pray, like, look God, because my mind is going, and I
take this doubt and this fear away.
Like I know I'm not supposed to be living in fear, so I'm
Release.
giving this to you because I'm freaking out right now.
Yeah, let go and let God.
Yeah, and I know like that doesn't help. That's not going to help anything. So I tried my hardest to
release.
Please take it. Praying every minute. Please.
Sage. Get sage.
Oh my gosh, I was saging so much.
Really you?
Yes. I sage a lot.
Wow.
But for sure when I'm like panicking or
you sage it up.
Morning.
And a snack time.
Release.
Yeah.
Take all the bad energy out of this house. For sure. So on the positive, I think I've maybe given myself credit to the fact that I'm able to
do
adapt.
that.
Yeah, like
adaptability.
Because I think it was good for the kids. Because they didn't really freak out too much. Like they were just like, oh, okay, we're home now. Okay.
Good. Right.
Oh, okay. So
right.
So was very.
And kids are also resilient too.
Yeah.
So it's really great that your kids were in that space where they're not like, mommy, but so and so said, or the news. You know what I mean? Because then that, as a parent, I can imagine you being like, okay, no, it's fine, like everything's good, but you're not really sure, so you're kind of putting it on, and then of course they pick up on that. So it's good to hear that they were, like, okay.
Yeah, like we're gonna stay home. Yes.
Until they got to stay home, and they're like, no.
I can't see my friends.
Yeah. No.
Yeah.
No recess.
Right.
Nope. School all day.
This house with me. But on the other end, I'm trying to stay positive. I did learn a lot when it comes to like the business. A lot of small businesses were affected by.
Oh my gosh, girl, millions.
By this, and even for myself, I'm like, I'm trying to start this back up. Like, is this even
with your dance studio? Right?
I need people. Like, we need people in the studio. That's how I'm able to make anything. So it's like, how does that look? Especially in the beginning, like. Are we gonna be able to go back to that? And the whole dance world and was affected by it because it's literally the people and the energy and the performing.
Absolutely.
You're with
Yeah, you guys are feeding off each other and
yeah, like dance groups or dance crews and everything, like ballet, like performances. It's people, like you need some people, and you can't keep your distance. Like
You can't. You
your
can't be
partner dancing, you're like
6 feet away with a group of 40.
right. So definitely, it was like, how does this look? What if, like, do I gotta close again? And then if I do, like,
When am I going to open back up? What's the next
Yeah.
step?
Is this what I'm supposed to be, like, it was a lot of, like, questions, like, is this what I'm supposed to be doing?
Right.
Maybe I'm not, because that, you know.
And I feel like a lot of people were in that state of confusion. You know, and then with the things that the media portrays, and then the things that social media, you know, and like the different articles that came out. I feel like it was a lot of, we're not sure. Is it a hoax?
Right. It's like,
Like, what does this look like? What does this mean for me? So I feel like, you know, the world, essentially, since this is like a world, you know, wide pandemic, I think a lot of people were just like, I'm sorry, what?
what do I do now?
Yeah, what do I do now? It was that
can't-
constant state of WTF,
Right.
which we're still kind of in, because, you know, the way things are going. Vaccinations, you gonna get a vaccination? Are you gonna get a vaccination? Are we gonna get our kids? What?
Should we not?
Yeah.
But yeah, so learning, and I learned a lot during like on the business side of things, of if you can, like, hold on, like, hang in there, or in a bit, like, how to, again, adapt and move, and
Right.
because things like this, it not necessarily has to be a whole pandemic or whatever, but in business, things are gonna happen.
Things are gonna happen.
And how are you gonna handle
And
it?
it's not gonna go the way you expect it to go all the
Right.
time.
Because I had a
Just
whole
like
plan.
life,
All right, next year I'm gonna do this. So it's like,
what?
do I
No.
close? Do I know? Okay, then
Yeah.
what should I do? And then, so learned a lot about business and I'm grateful that I didn't have an actual
Brick and
building.
mortar.
Yes, and I was able to do things from my home.
Right, with your online classes.
Yeah,
that you
online
did.
classes, doing videos, and I learned a lot about videos and things like that, computer stuff that I was
may
like,
not have even had the push to do before.
right. It was just like, okay, I know a little bit. I know how to turn the camera on.
Right.
Cool.
And go. And see.
Go. And then soon enough, I'll get somebody to do this stuff for me.
Right.
But now it's like, well,
I gotta do it.
I gotta do
It's
it.
all me.
And if you want to make it, you know, if you want your business to grow, or if you want it to look a certain way, like, you gotta learn how to edit. You
Yeah.
gotta learn how to do this other stuff. I'm like,
Yeah.
if I ain't got no money, oh, okay.
Oh, about that. You gotta have money, like to like live and
Oh,
stuff.
I gotta pay people
Nah.
to do this stuff? Okay, I'll do it myself.
Ain't nobody gonna do it for free. Y'all bored, ain't you? You sitting at the house. Might as well jump on and get some editing done.
Right, so I was like, okay, I ain't got no money. Okay.
Yeah.
But I want to grow this. Okay, so how
So,
do
but now-
I grow a business with no money?
Google. I'm pretty sure that Google question is asked a million bajillion times.
Shout out to Google and all the YouTubers.
Yes.
Because you have helped me a lot.
Walk me through some things.
Like, oh, you want to know how to create a podcast? Yes. Watch
Please.
all these videos.
What do I do?
How do I turn on the camera? Yes.
Turn it
For
off?
free.
Yes.
Right.
For free. Right.
So I've been learning how to do things for free.
That's true.
But it's been good. It's been good. Gives me confidence in what I'm doing. Then also too, whenever
And then, you know, it's
Blow up,
yours
it's like-
too, right?
yeah.
Hey, like I did that.
yeah, well, even when we blow up,
Absolutely.
like, we know what it takes to create something. We know what it takes to start
Sustain
something,
it.
sustain it, and start, and but also to like, start something, keep it going, but create. You know, use our creative mind and coming up with things, and like, you just gotta keep going, keep going. So that's a lot. Last one. Do you keep your word? If you say you're gonna do something, you do it.
I'm gonna call you back. So let me tell you about this real
I'll call
quick.
you right back.
So Nisha totally called me out because I was definitely like, all right, girl, I'm gonna call you back. Okay, girl, I'm gonna call you back. Okay, she said, okay, if you're not gonna call, don't say it. I was like, oh,
Like,
Girl,
the
you
third
right.
time, I was like, just don't
girl,
say it.
you're right, because I do be doing that. I do. Did I say something back? Well, let me call you back after I think about calling you back. You know what I mean? So, I like to think I do. Yes, I like to think that I am very diligent and deliberate with my wording, you know, when I say I'm gonna do things, like I'm gonna do it. I know my husband probably like, yes, because once it's in the schedule, it is what it is, and we gotta be there at a certain time. You know,
yeah, you're very scheduled.
Time.
If I wrote it down, then
it's real.
Right.
Once I put it in my phone,
it's
happening.
Right.
Forever.
I think it's good though. No.
Until it's not good.
Unless you put too much stuff in your schedule. Then that's okay. We got this at 3:30. This at 4:45.
And that's me. I am a stacker of things. Like just the days that I had, you know, like, okay, we're gonna do this at 10, I'm gonna do this at noon, I'm gonna do this at 3, and then this at 5:15, and then I'm gonna come over here, like literally, like that.
Do you give yourself time to?
No.
Okay.
No, so, whatever you're saying. Do I give myself time? Nope.
Yeah.
No, not to just sit and just kind of be.
Like for an hour, I'm gonna do this and do nothing.
No, my husband probably feels like I don't know how to do nothing. Calls me D-most. My middle name, D-most. Yeah. And then he said something about the baby the other day too. Like, yeah, little D. I'm like, what? He's like, little D-most. Okay. I'm like, oh my god, no, we're set on her.
I'm not doing it.
Yeah. So I feel like I do keep my word, but to some extent, again, you know, sometimes I'm on the false end of that because maybe I don't keep my word to myself, honestly, you know? So that's a big thing.
So you're gonna do something
for myself. Yeah, and not even like, oh, I'm gonna take a bath today, but even that, you know, I'm gonna bathe today.
Take a bath tomorrow.
Exactly. It's like, no, not today. No, thank you. You know, so yeah. So I think when it comes to other people and other things, yes. But when it comes to myself, self-reflecting right now.
Yeah, I think I would like to say I keep my word. But again, I think it might be like too... I think I keep my word. But I think I also hold other people to their word.
I'm gonna call you back.
You said at 4:45 that you were going to call me at 5 o'clock, but you didn't call
me at 5:07. So I'm just wondering why you haven't called.
What's that?
So I called you to see why you ain't called me, and I'm gonna hang up, and you gotta call me back.
I'm gonna call you back in 15 minutes. I'm like, okay, 15 minutes.
And set time.
Oh, you did? Okay. She's not gonna.
She's not gonna call me
back. Ever. 16 minutes. Oh.
Hey girl, I didn't think you was gonna call. Damn.
Exactly. So sometimes it'd be like, okay, I've had to learn to, hey, when they're gonna call or whatever it is.
Right.
But if it's something like we're gonna meet up at this time,
then and
I'm taking time out of my day, it's like, well then just like let me. So Destiny was on the last episode and she worked for me. I was her manager, and I remember, I think it was like, I don't know if it was her second, whatever. She was working, she was late, and I was like, okay. It wasn't like it wasn't like big late, but it was late. Like started at 7:50, 7:55, but it's fine.
Yeah.
Like it was before the store opened, but still. And then it happened again. I'm like, okay, so I noticed, you're running a little late.
Not sure if you noticed, because I definitely have, but you're late as hell.
Like, I said something like, do I need to, schedule at a different time? Like in my mind, I'm like,
that's a good way to approach it.
And hopefully that caught all that. It's fine, we're still recording here, so we'll get the audio. But I was like, do I need to schedule at a different time? Blah, blah, blah. Just so you're not late. I don't want, in my mind, I'm like, hey, if I need to make you at 9 o'clock, that's fine. I'd rather you show up at 9, because I schedule you at 9.
Right.
Than you being late all the time. But I'm like that with, like, my normal friends and people. Like, we're going to a restaurant at what time? Okay, I'm there. Where are you?
Just by the way, I've been here for 45 minutes. Yeah.
I mean, I'm not that bad when it's meeting up because I understand like things happen. I'm not always on time myself.
Kids, life.
Right.
Yeah.
But as far as keeping my word, I try to keep my word. If I'm going to show up to your party, if I say I'm coming to your party, I'm coming to your party.
You better come to my party.
Unless something comes up, then I'll let you know.
I'm going to come to your party unless I don't come to your party, and then I ain't going to be at your party. Damn.
Unless I got to leave.
Leave and not come back.
No, I try to be reliable.
That's a good one. And to be reliable and dependable. Yes, definitely. It's one of the things I put on my, when they're like, what's some words to describe you? I'm like, trustworthy and dependable and dedicated and diligent. My 3 Ds. Dedicated, dependable, diligent. That alliteration for your ass.
But yes, so we are dedicated.
Dedicated, dependable, and diligent. Ding!
All right, you guys, that's it for this episode.
Happy New Year. Get those goals and set goals for you, yourself, for your peace, your energy.
Yes. And go after the goals. Don't have the excuse of, oh, you know how it is, I say something and I'm not going to do it.
Like, you lame as hell.
Like when people do that about, especially when it comes to like weight or like weight loss or whatever. I set a goal and I only do it for the first week and then like it's funny. But like why? Like
why? Why are you even doing that? Why are you setting yourself up for failure?
Yeah, like don't do that. Like actually do it.
Just do it.
Like
just freaking do it.
Set a reasonable goal then. Say I'm gonna walk this week and do that. Instead of I'm gonna get a gym membership and and then don't
waste all your money because they're gonna pull it every month.
And then they don't, they don't do it, and they stop at the end of the month, and then it's like a joke, like it just annoys me. It's like, don't do that. Then just don't say you're not going to do it.
Yeah.
So if you have a goal, write it
Stick
down.
to it.
Go after it.
And one of the goals for everybody listening is to like, comment, subscribe, share to the iTunes, Spotify. Yay. We're on there now, so. Make sure you give us a thumbs up. Make sure you like it. Rate our podcast. If there's 6 stars, give us 7.
7.5.
10,000.
Yes, and still on YouTube and Facebook, Instagram. Yeah, like, subscribe, everything. Whatever you can do.
We appreciate you.
Oh my gosh, yes. And whenever we blow up, we will thank you. And remember, cat.
No cat.
All right. All right, you guys. Until next time. Happy New Year. Goodbye.
Get down.